Hello everyone. Just going to keep compiling some of your questions really quick before we get started. If you have any questions for Lance or for Tom, throw them in the comment section really quick. Going through everything that you've submitted right now. Listening to the Highwomen today. I've been obsessed with their music. So if you haven't checked out the Highwomen, definitely go check them out. Hi, Rita. Hey, Adi. Good to see you. Hey, DJ. Hi, Aaron. If you have any questions for Lance or Tom, make sure you put them in the comment section now or submit them to the story. I'm just going through them right now real quick before we get started. Hi, Jenny. Good to see everybody. Thanks for joining us again. We'll have Dustin Lance Black and Tom Daly on here in a couple minutes. I'm just finishing compiling some questions for them. If you have any other questions, please throw them in the comment section. I'm also taking them from Twitter right now. If you jumped in on Twitter, if you're just joining us, I am listening to the Highwomen today. If you haven't listened, I've been obsessed with Brandi Carlile for a long time, but if you haven't checked out their album, definitely check it out. Hi, Chris. I know what some of you are saying. This is a Fleetwood Mac song, but oh man, never be perfect for the internet. It's a good cover. All right, I think we've got a good list. Let's bring everybody together. So it's good to see everyone. Thanks for joining us. There's a miracle happening behind us, and I'm tempted not to bother him, but he actually showed up today. I'm going to try to move this tripod so you can see, but Buddy actually came to the attic today, clearly contributing a lot to the live stream, but, you know, that's what he does best, so... thanks for joining us again. These are really fun. I'm really glad that we're able to come together and hang out for a little bit, talk about whatever's on our minds, staying sane, staying healthy, and social isolation doesn't mean we have to stop being social. So it's good to see everybody on here today. We are joined today by writer and director Dustin Lance Black and his husband, diver Tom Daly. So lots of interesting stuff to talk about with them today. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them into the chat. So we should all be grateful.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, gentlemen?
Yeah, we're good. It's evening here and the little one's down. He's asleep already, so this is like our time.
Okay, well, we'll all try to be really quiet.
No, we have the monitor on.
And he's downstairs.
He's downstairs, and he is a good sleeper. And then, can I show you really quickly what our life is like on lockdown here?
Yeah, please.
What it's all about. Does this just turn it around?
Yeah.
Right there, watch this.
I've started knitting. I'm currently in the middle of making a blanket.
Yeah, everything in our world is now knit.
Oh my gosh, Olympic knitting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I literally could sit there and do it for hours, but you know, hey ho.
You just dove right into a new task.
I did. I just like dived right into the deep end, you know.
Wow. It's good to see you both.
You too.
How have you been doing? It's been quite a while since I saw you. When did I see you last? That was last summer, right?
Oh, I don't even remember. When was that?
Or
I was
fall,
wearing
or
a sweater,
spring.
so it must have been fall. It was fall. Come now, right?
I don't remember.
No idea, but it was very exciting. It was very cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for Lance for the help pitched in on Pete for America. Tom, not to say that you weren't helpful, but you're not an American, so you weren't legally allowed to be helpful.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
We're currently sitting on a very British sofa as well.
Oh yeah. This tells you all about our location here.
Yeah.
And there's a very special guest over there. That's
my mum.
That's Tom's mom, our quarantine.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's our quarantine magic special, like a unicorn, really.
Oh,
She's everyday special, doesn't she?
She does.
it's gotta be nice to have some help there.
Yeah, there's that too.
Oh.
Yeah, no, she's awesome.
How is the little one?
He's the cutest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. Well, except for Buddy. Yeah.
You
hear that?
No, he's doing really well. He's growing so quickly. It's kind of insane, and he's learning new words like all the time. Just trying to keep him entertained while we're in like lockdown, because obviously all he wants to do is go to the park and all that kind of stuff. So we've been painting, we've been doing dance classes, we've been doing all kinds of stuff to try and keep him occupied. We even tried to get him a little tent and a tunnel, but you know, he enjoys that.
He likes the grown-up stuff. As soon as he sees the kid stuff, he's like, no.
What is this?
Yeah, what is this? Yeah, he wants to work on whatever I'm working on. He wants to, play on the computer if I'm writing.
Oh, I think that's one of the hardest parts is just like we're so used to being able to make these little decisions, right? Go to the park or take a quick run to the grocery store or the farmer's market. And now, there's all of these decisions we have to make every day. And with them comes that moral weight of, not going out in public and not being around other people.
Can you still hear? Oh,
There
you go. There you go. I have to say, yeah. I'm gonna pay a really big compliment.
I gotta plug in.
Okay. Oh, is your phone dying?
Yeah, it's always
dying. I mean, a big compliment to the UK and just witnessing how the people here in London and the UK have really taken it seriously. I mean, there's very few people on the street. We do take our walk, our once a day walk together. And people keep about 2 meters apart and wave and are friendly from 2 meters apart.
Across the street even.
But I think, I don't know if this is true. This is my American view on it. But, this is a country where most people's grandparents or great-grandparents survived the Blitz. So when given an instruction that's potentially life-saving, I think people here really understand how to take it seriously and at the same time not too seriously, meaning like we can still be friendly and warm and look out for one another. But it's pretty inspiring even going grocery shopping to see how people line up 2 meters apart from one another with smiles on their faces and get done what they need to get done and get home.
Yeah. It's funny running into those few people, especially here South Bend, being sort of a small town, people who still want to talk in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, no, please, 6 feet. Yeah.
Like close talkers. Yeah.
Yeah, they bring the cart right up next to my car. Like, how have you been? Isn't this insane? Like, oh my goodness. So I was wondering for both of you, what the world kind of looks like and what work looks like for you now. I mean, Tom, you obviously can't go to the pool.
No.
And
yeah, I mean, my work's definitely stopped for now, and especially with the Olympics being delayed a whole year now. I mean, it's changed the 2020 that I thought was going to be the case, but, for the greater good of humanity to try and save as many lives as possible. But yeah, the pool is closed for at least another 8 weeks, I think. So I've just been working out at home. I've been, posting my workouts online like everyone else seems to be doing. I've been doing lots of working out and trying to just stay, it's lots of family time as well. So like with Robbie, like I never would have got to have that because I would
Yeah.
have been constantly traveling, and of course knitting. So that's basically my life, Robbie and knitting.
And I've been very, very focused on supervising the workouts.
Yeah.
Right.
Not participating,
Yeah.
but just supervising,
Uh-oh,
taking
dog.
a nap.
You're still super busy with work.
Mine's a whole different story. For whatever reasons, I'm busier than I've been in many years with film and TV work.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah. So I have a show we're going to shoot in the fall, a TV show, and so it's just writing scripts all day long to try and be ready in time for whenever folks say it's safe to go film again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But honest to God, I gotta say the being in quarantine, social distancing, these are all things writers have done forever. Just because we don't always get along well with people, human beings, others. Introverts, shut-ins. No, I mean, honestly, I work at home almost every day of the week, and so I don't see a whole lot of difference, except that I have my mother-in-law over my shoulder, and Tom's home all day, which is never the case.
No, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering how writing was going for you, because that might just be, your normal if you work from home. Now it's just a little bit different.
It's just less lonely. Everyone's here.
Yeah.
Or at least our group of four,
Did I read that your book is coming out in the UK today?
Oh yeah, tomorrow we're gonna do a plug.
Oh,
Thank
so
you.
I have it. I think the cover looks a little different across the pond.
I'm a really bad author. I didn't get it. I didn't even think to plug it. But tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to do one of these on my own, because I was supposed to do a big Q&A at the cathedral over here, and that has canceled. I know. So I'm gonna do an Instagram live tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to help him out a lot.
Yeah, you're gonna have to help me. I think it's 6 UK time. But yeah, the paperback comes out, and in the UK that's the big date, is the paperback release date. So that's tomorrow, which would have been my brother's 50th birthday. And if you've read the book, you know why that's meaningful to me. My big gay brother, he's not around anymore, but it would have been his half-century mark tomorrow.
My goodness. Well, that is really special. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the book, a little bit more about the book for those who are watching who don't know about it yet?
I mean, you know what's, sure. God, Tom, you sell it for me. I'm terrible at it.
It's basically about, well, it's a story between him and his mum, but his mum was the most incredible woman you will ever read about. If you want a story that is inspiring, a story that is filled with hope and is so uplifting, Mama's Boy you'll read it, you won't be able to put it down. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll want to meet everyone in the book. There's some amazing, I call them characters, but I know they're not, because I've met lots of them. It's just a truly inspiring story, and his mum was just the most awesome person. So it's definitely worth a read.
Tom got to meet her, thank God. He came out for a Christmas years ago now, and got to meet her and learn all our traditions. I think one of the things, and I certainly would never wish for this, and I wish times were different, but the book starts with, and my mom's life began with, a very different kind of plague, which was polio back in 1948. And it would sweep through different cities and towns, usually poorer towns, that didn't have good sanitation, where there was standing water. And in a certain percentage, which is actually, the percentage is about the same as this virus, it would lead to immobilization, meaning paralysis or death. And my mom was, at 2 years old, one of those unlucky kids who lost her ability to move, and she was paralyzed for the rest of her life from it. And as much as that seems like a bit of a downer, it just wasn't. That plague, and how it affected my mother, and how it opened her eyes and her heart, it really was her window into empathy. And she was a very conservative person, Mormon, military, grew up in the South, but she just had a very difficult time judging anyone for being too different. And I think, you know, if you read the book, I think it's timely, not just because it's about the positives that can come from, you know, a health crisis like this, but it's also about the lessons she learned and passed on to me, which was how critical it is to build bridges between people who believe differently than you. And it's what my mother did. It's why she eventually accepted me, and we still had a relationship. You know, I hope it's something I learned from her, which is to continue to reach out for people who vote differently than I do, who pray differently than I do, and see where we can find common ground and build a bridge. That's what came from a plague 60 years ago, and that's what Mama's Boy is really about.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm really excited to finish the book. You sent it to me before it came out on the campaign trail.
You were kind of busy.
Yeah, there's no pressure. Just listen to the audiobook. You can. It sounds, my southern accent comes out, and I cry a lot.
Oh, good. You know, something I don't know if this happens to you, but something that is very weird is people send us books like every single day.
I'm sure.
There's a package downstairs. Someone has sent us a book, and some of them are absolutely hilarious. Like, you have to read this book. It's the answer to world peace. Like, oh, well, why didn't we all just get the book, bro?
There it is.
You have all the answers. But the library is just growing every day.
Yeah, well, it's also because, your husband's an author now, so he's going to get all those books from his publisher, and you guys are, you know, a known entity, and I'm sure people would like your thumbs up on their cover.
Yeah.
Are you writing anything?
Finally I've been able to like sit down and journal a little bit more. I was terrible about journaling campaign trail, which I'm really mad at myself for, because in the beginning, the things that were so unique and ridiculous sort of became the mundane and the normal, you know?
Yeah.
And I wish I would have kept a better track of it. But now, you know, I'm sitting here at home and I'm trying to just put all my thoughts down on paper so I can remember them and start to, you know, process some of the things that happened. But yeah, we'll see. You know, just working on where to put those thoughts.
Well, I'll read it and I'll blurb it and promote it, as long as you leave out the bit where we had, you know, that big meetup here in London and Tom and I absconded with half of the pastry table. Just leave that bit out. Just leave that bit out. Yeah.
I think I was half conscious for my less than 24 hours, and so that
you were still good.
Yeah, you didn't sleep for like 24 hours, and you were still like sharp as nails.
Yeah,
that was fun. Yeah, for everyone watching, I went over to Europe for 72 hours to meet with devs abroad, so Americans who are living abroad, and was only there for less than 3 days, 3 countries, 3 days, and then flew back home to meet people on the trail, and that was. It sounds romantic, right? Like 72 hours in Europe, but it was.
No. Yeah,
it sounds. 72 hours after flying this direction, I still don't know my name. It takes me like a week.
At one point, you can just feel yourself. You're just like on autopilot. Like you get really used to it. So, okay, lots of questions from so many folks. I thought this one was kind of funny since you've been quarantined together, although you've been living together for a while. I was wondering if you could tell us about maybe the other endearing traits or habits, or perhaps something that you've noticed during quarantine. You're like, oh, has that always been
there? Oh no! This is terrifying. That was cruel. All right, do you want to go?
My favorite line from Lance every morning: "I'm going to work out today, and I'm going to feel great afterwards." And what day are we on now? Day 14.
I am going to work out today. I'm going to feel great afterwards. Yeah. I can't wait. I mean, it depends on what you work out. I was doing curls today.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, with my coffee mug.
And he's probably about to switch to wine after this.
And after this, I'm going to switch to some rosé curls. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be great.
That's my speed.
What's mine then, Lance?
What's the most endearing thing about you? But this is true, and you're going to call me cheesy. But normally, you know, we have our weekends with our family of 3, and we have our evenings, but usually Robbie in the evenings is really crabby. And so getting to see Tom in full-time dad mode is one of the cutest things I've ever seen.
Oh,
And yeah, and you know, he's just the best dad I could have ever dreamed of, or papa I've ever dreamed of for our son.
oh, that's too sweet.
It's just true. Although now there's this thing that you may learn one day if you guys decide to have kids, where, and you know, your son or daughter prefers one parent over the other. Day by day it changes, hour by hour it changes. But since Tom's been home, Robbie wants very little to do with me. I mean, he points, and he mostly just wants cuddles from Papa now. Like, he's decided, oh, that's where the gold is, with Papa.
We have lots of fun during the day. I mean, we do painting. We're doing, well, he does lots of different jumps and things, and he's a little bit of a daredevil with me, bless him.
Okay, annoying. Ready? Annoying?
What?
Well, you said annoying because I say I'm going to work out and I never do. Annoying. Both Tom and his mom, and we live on like several levels, right? It's like a townhousey kind of situation. They walk solely on their heels.
I don't.
And as loud as humanly possible. I mean, as a Californian, I occasionally go, well, this is an earthquake. There it is. I hear crumbling. It's coming. Never knew you could walk entirely on your heels all day.
This is like the most time I think Peter and I have ever spent together at home, like in our entire relationship, because
Oh, wow.
always busy, or, you know, coming and going, and we always had functions. And now you start to realize like things about your partner, especially when you're like working at home together.
Yeah. How's that going?
It's fine. It's funny. Like, he can like sit in an office and not leave the office all day. Like, he will only leave to like use the restroom or go downstairs to like get another. And if I'm on a phone call with someone, I will cover every inch of the house because I'm a pacer. So I'll be dusting shelves and like walking into every room, and I'm like constantly in motion, which I think comes into conflict with his work. But he's also terrible at leaving wrappers everywhere.
We find sometimes I wake up in the morning and there's wrappers in the bed from chocolate. There's bowls of cereal next to the bed.
I can't believe you just told people that.
Like, he comes up and has at least.
I don't know where those wrappers. Chocolate.
It's like a turn down chocolate, right?
You know, there's people watching this.
Turn down chocolates. It's plural.
It's I'm not a great sleeper, so right around like 2-3 a.m. I always get a little peckish, and I come upstairs, and if there's chocolate, it's coming back to bed with me.
I told him it's because he doesn't eat enough for dinner, because if he ate enough for dinner, he wouldn't be hungry in the night. But he doesn't listen to the athlete. He just listens to his belly.
Well, I think I'm a bit more, probably a bit more like Pete, because I tend to leave things all over the place. And this one, particularly my coffee mugs, I'll set it down and I'll just forget where it is, or I'll put it in the sink instead of the dishwasher.
Yep.
Oh, literally. If you want to see that cute, sweet face turn into like the devil, ready to burn me alive, leave a coffee mug in the sink.
I mean, it's right next to the dishwasher, so I understand why it can't just be put in.
It may as well be 10 miles away.
You on that. Like, I'll empty the dishwasher. It's there. It's ready to be filled again, and there's like multiple cups all around that, or like even right there in the sink. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah. It's just, you know, that's valuable time saved, not putting it in the dish. I'm gonna lose this one, so I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna lose.
Aye. Okay. So Tom, Sarah was wondering if you perhaps had a weird story or a thought when you were on the high dive platform, like something really silly happened, or I don't know. I'll let your imagination go.
I don't know if there's anything been too silly. I've been on the platform before when the lights have gone out, which is quite scary.
When did that happen?
We were training in Southend.
Oh, wow.
At the Nationals, and it went out. But then also, I mean, most of the time when I'm stood on the end of the board, I'm so terrified every single time I go up there that I can't really think of anything other than the dive itself, because lots of people would assume that I was really comfortable and really confident when I'm standing on the end, but that adrenaline just doesn't never goes away. You always still have those nerves of, oh my goodness, I'm 33 feet up in the air. What if I land? What if I hit my head on the platform? What if I land on my back? And, you know, you can quite easily, I mean, instant bruising, split your skin, cough up blood, like you name it. It's quite dramatic if you land wrong.
Okay. And he wondered why I haven't.
This is a family channel, Tom.
Yeah, it's a horror film.
I mean, you can try diving. It's really fun, is what I was meant to say.
Yeah, come out here. We'll take you to the Olympic pool, put you up on that 10-meter. I did it. That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. Okay, so just 1 second, because I saw that Peter joined the live stream, which literally means he's downstairs in his study watching this live stream.
Funny.
So,
Peter, come upstairs.
come say hi.
He's like, you'll see, Pip, he's leaves the chat.
He's like, no, he's busy. He's busy. Someone's got to save the world while we all chat.
No, he was probably watching for like 2 seconds, and then now he's, you know, on the phone with. Oh, there he is. Look at this guy.
I'm very busy now.
He's very busy. It's Lance and Tom. And you know, because we were watching from downstairs.
Yeah, I know. I was being slandered.
Hey, we can't see you. We can't see you, Pete. Look, I gotta say, on a scale of 1 to 10, that beard is a 10.
Well,
yeah. Huge applause for that.
Wait, did you say the beard is a 10?
Yeah, it's great.
uh-oh.
No, I can't grow one.
Me either.
But he can.
I can.
He can.
But she's not it.
So for just now that, you know, it's public, you did TMZ today, right?
Yeah,
Did that go live?
yeah. It's out in the world.
So, did you talk about the haircut?
It came up.
What did they say?
You know, they were complimentary. We're not the only ones trying to. I mean, it's very even.
Yeah.
Somebody's downstairs.
Oh, I see. You shaved your head. I mean, we're days away from having to do that too, or else we're all going to look like it's 1968, 69 in here.
I have to fix the Wi-Fi.
Sooner or later, we're all going to have to figure this out on our own. So I just thought we'd get a head start on it and ask Jeff to see if he could figure out how to cut hair.
I told him, I was like, I will mess this up. And he's very trusting. And I don't know why he didn't trust me when I said, I will mess this up. And lo and behold.
Wait, there are certain things,
it doesn't
you know,
look messed up.
Yeah, but I will say there's certain things, running for office, Olympic diving, I assume, certainly haircutting, that are just so much harder than you would think by looking at what they do. And now we know that cutting hair is on that list.
Okay, so I watched a few tutorials, and I really got the fade on the sides down. I think I did the fade
Sides are great.
fine for someone who cut hair for the first time. But then when I hit the top, we weren't prepared for that length or lack there. So, my bad, everyone. I'm sorry. Who cares? We're at home. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I have to say I've cut our son's hair 4 times now.
Mm.
Yeah, and you know, you get better. The first time, you know,
I don't think he's going to let him do it again.
it didn't go so well. I don't know why there were stripes in the side of his head. I didn't plan that. They just happened that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's getting more and more respectable.
I feel like we all need to be, if we're able, like, we need to be, like, Venmoing or, like, sending money to our hairdressers right now who are not working, because I miss them very much and can't wait to go back. Mine will continue. It grows, like, sideways and out. It does not, it's not pretty. So, like,
give me the clippers. I'll give it a
one
shot.
more. Yeah, you know, I might as well, right? Just.
Well, do you guys remember, I don't know if it's still around, but do you remember Flowbee? The Flowbee, you would attach it to your vacuum cleaner, and it sucks your hair in and it cuts it to a certain length. I think this is what we all should be. We should really be. I'm going to invest in Flowbee. If it's not around,
idea.
There's a place by Euston Station, actually. When I was a student in England, it was the first time I saw vacuum cleaners involved in hair cutting. They just vacuum. They cut your hair real quick, and then you just kind of did a once over it with a vacuum cleaner.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's great. That's the kind of honestly, we do go to a barber that cuts it in about 5 seconds, and And then they take a flame. I don't know why we're talking about this.
Whoa.
They take a flame and they
Do your ears.
They bounce it on your ears, like a burning lit flame on your ears. It's like a Turkish haircut ear thing. It's terrifying and exhilarating. Yeah. But
Wow.
there's no hair in that ear.
Super cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably should try that one. I know.
No, I'm not gonna take a flame. I would.
Seeing you guys.
Bye.
I would say though, I think I would be interested. Like, I would let Peter cut my hair live on Instagram if we were like raising money for something. Like, if we could.
Careful what you put out.
If we could raise money for charity, guys, I don't care. I'm just sitting in the house. Like, who do I have to impress, right? Like, people on the internet already have opinions about you, no matter what your hair looks like. So
Exactly, it's true.
I say get out the clippers and raise some money. There are people who need it. We're gonna shave your head.
Okay, I have more questions for you. Do you have time?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, I've been asking everybody, what are you watching or reading? Or Tom, we know you're knitting. Have you been learning anything new? But like, how are you keeping sane and motivated?
Well, it's questionable how sane we have been keeping. But he's doing workouts and knitting. I'm just doing my same old thing I ever do, but this is going to be so stereotypical.
No, let's be
isn't
real.
it?
Everyone is watching Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Or has started watching it. Have you seen Tiger King?
Yes, we watched the first episode, and then I was like, I don't know if this is what I need in my life. But
it gets so much more bizarre that you can't even write these things.
You don't know what you think episode 1 was too much? Too many bad decisions being made? Just wait till episode 2 and 3 and 4. The decisions get crazier. I mean, so if you ever want to feel good about,
I don't like watching the animal cruelty.
It's
I
horrible.
know that
It's
part.
horrible.
I gotta say, I don't like that part either.
But okay, what else? Everyone's talking about Tiger King.
There's Tiger.
I also just finished Pose. I think I'm a little bit late on that train, but I just finished Pose, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I got one season into Pose on the Trail.
Yeah.
And Bake Off. We always watch Bake Off. We just finally caught up with all seasons of Great British Bake Off.
Oh, the Bake Off.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I love that show.
Oh,
Yeah.
we love that show.
The stakes are so low.
I know, but it's that after at the very end of it, because it's the BBC, they're not allowed. Well, not anymore. It's now Channel 4, but they weren't allowed to have a prize, so it was literally just a glass cake stand. I love that. That's what they're
That's
going.
what I love about it. It's
Yeah.
like everyone's friends, and now we go home.
Yeah.
And I love watching people take so much care and in the details of something like baking. It feeds my soul. Like I love how much care they take when they're just doing like a what? Like, I don't know, a bread for a cake.
Yeah.
Or what are some of those fancy words? You know them. He does cookbooks. I don't know.
My preferred baking is like, well, really anything if it's like less than 5 ingredients.
Oh, yeah.
You can do a Victoria sponge with 5 ingredients.
Here we go. He's whipping it out.
that's about all the baking. You can make a cheesecake probably actually with 5 ingredients.
He's going to show off now.
No, those are things that
But what
That's
did I
great.
do? What did I make? I made some. We're experimenting with recipes mainly because we run out of things, and you're not supposed to go out to the store. You
Right.
know, necessary. So what did we not have? We didn't have tortillas.
Yeah, so you learn how to make tortillas, to make burritos.
I made homemade tortillas.
And he made peach cobbler. That was really good.
that I
I
know.
saw that, and I don't have peaches.
Well, apples,
Pears.
any berries. If you got pears, it's delicious.
We do have berries.
Yeah, oh my gosh, dude, berry cobbler.
Blueberries. Ooh, strawberries. So good.
Ooh.
I think we have like quite a few essentials, and now Peter and I have this goal to, unless we need like milk or butter, any of the staples, like we're going to try to eat through the freezer and the pantry before we go out and buy food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That-
I feel like we're starting high, and then like talk to me in like a week and a half when I'm eating like tuna fish and
Pasta.
Oh no, you're gonna find like some frozen rolls from like a Thanksgiving 3 years ago in the back of the freezer.
probably, yeah.
We found those already. We ate them. They were delicious. It worked just fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like a raccoon. He'll eat anything, and I mean, honestly, it's incredible. So even if I know like I have royally messed up on the recipe and like I know it tastes terrible, he'd be like, "This is great. This is fantastic. I love this." So that, you know, I love that about him, because
Nice.
you know, even when someone brought up the shepherd's pie that I made with fake meat, and it was disgusting. I wouldn't even feed it to my dog. It was awful. He was like, "This is pretty good. You know, good protein, good vegetable."
I eat everything as well. There's, you know, yeah, I will eat anything that's put in front of me.
I don't eat meat. So it's a little like, you know, you start looking for proteins around the house. There's a lot of peanut butter.
I love peanut butter.
Yeah, it's good. Peanut butter cookies, you can make that with less than 5 ingredients. Come on.
Blondies.
Yeah, you know, I put out a recipe a couple weeks ago about these like peanut butter, like basically like no bakes.
Yeah.
Oats and peanut butter and chocolate chips and a little honey if you want. We throw like flaxseed in them, but
Ooh.
just mix it all together. You throw it in the fridge, and the next day you scoop it into, you know, cookies or little balls, and boom, done.
You can make brownies with dates, or you can make them with black beans as well. I know that sounds really weird, but if you've got like canned black beans, you can use them as kind of like almost like an egg replacer and butter replacer.
What?
Yeah, it's I know it sounds really disgusting, but it is actually really delicious. I will send you the recipe.
They are good.
Actually really good.
The black bean brownies are
okay. So next cookbook, Tom, you cook everything, and then Lance and I will just sit at the counter and give our reactions.
That's kind of what happened.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
I mean, I love cooking.
Someone's got to do it, right? Yeah, someone's got to do it. We'll risk our palate for your cooking. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you both so much for taking some time to chat with everyone and answer some questions. You know, I've been telling everyone, just because we are asked to socially isolate doesn't mean we have to stop being social. And it's totally okay to not be okay right now. You don't have to take on knitting or baking or, you know, perfect your sourdough. It's okay to just hang out, call your friends, check in with people around you, and just try to be okay, you know, just being. And that's good enough. So I appreciate you just spending some time to spread some joy today.
Yeah,
we've loved it. Thanks for having us.
Love seeing you again.
Well, hello to the little one. Please give him a hug for me. I'm jealous.
Well, as soon as it's all over, you have to get back out here and give him a hug yourself.
Yes.
Sounds great. Can't wait. And we'll spend more time eating than at the pool. Sorry, Tom.
Fair. Well, lovely to see you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you, everyone, again, for spending time with us today. Like I said, it's okay to focus on just being okay right now. Make sure you're calling folks around you, folks that you love. Check in with people. Especially, I think it's kind of funny, I saw a meme about checking in with your extroverts, because they're really struggling right now. Call your friends, check in with them. I did a Zoom with some friends the other night. We all poured a glass of wine or a cocktail and just reminisced about the weddings and everyone who is pregnant or having a wedding or had a wedding. It's just so nice to catch up with your friends. And I think one of the silver linings in this is how we realize how valuable those people in our life are. I always said I wish I had more time with my friends, but your friends are just a Zoom away or a FaceTime away. And Mandy Moore and I were talking the other day about becoming pen pals, like actually writing one another. So you should become pen pals with somebody. Just check in with everyone. Take care of one another. Tomorrow we'll be joined by Sean Hayes here again at 12 Pacific, 3 Eastern. Sean, you probably know him from playing Jack on Will and Grace. He also has a new movie coming out called Lazy Susan, which I believe comes out, what's today, Wednesday? Probably Friday, whatever day it is. I think it's coming out the next day or two. He's a remarkable person, hilarious person. And I can't wait to check in with you all then tomorrow. So until then, stay healthy, stay sane, and call your mom. Take care.